And thus it begins. Well, MGTOW brothers, we knew this was going to happen. The whispering you hear from American women right now is not elation, it's anxiety, the fear of a backlash. And according to this article and various articles that I've read in the media, it's already began. Just 2 months since the Harvey Weinstein allegations emerged, women here are concerned that this revolution will indeed eat its own. This is a surprising, controversial topic because even raising political potential backlash against the Me Too movement smacks of appeasement, of wanting to let predators off the hook. There are women who say it's been unfair for so long that a few innocent men getting wrongfully accused, that's a price they are happy to pay, which is a terrible thing to say, but that's already out there. So men are already aware. They already know what Emily Linden has said. And men are hearing this shit. That means you don't care if innocent men are being accused. I'm a lot more comfortable with the first half of the sentiment than the second. So the lady who wrote this article ain't too crazy about innocent men being that gives me hope for the future, but not much hope. To be clear, no one wants to stop this movement. We want to keep it alive in a way that creates safe workplaces and ends up helping with them rather than hurting us. Public publicity and exposure are helping to change the culture. But the power of this seismic shift must be harnessed with care. This is not a witch hunt, which it is a witch hunt. The biggest backlash risk is fake accusations that will undermine genuine accusers, whether for personal vindictive reasons or for a potential strategic reasons. A woman will falsely accuse a high-profile man of sexual misconduct. The story will get attention and then it is proven to be fake. The backlash will begin. The response will quickly be, you see, all these stories aren't true. These women are making it up. And I believe a great many of them are making it up. I'm sorry. I mean, it goes by to what Pamela Anderson was saying. These broads knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. And when it doesn't pan out well for them, all of a sudden it's harassment. The fear is that men will get nervous that they're simply going to be accused of harassment. They will simply stop hiring, meeting, or socializing with female colleagues. And it's already started. Reports of this is already happening. So it's already starting to happen. Men are already going MGTOW in the workplace. They're just saying this. It's like they're doing a risk assessment analysis at the workplace. Just like single men are doing a risk assessment analysis about marriage. This feminism is so toxic. It's really, this is bad. Again, I'll read the paragraph again. The next fear is that men will get so nervous that they're going to be accused of harassment that they will simply stop hiring, meeting, or socializing with female colleagues. There are reports this is already happening. We will get shut out of the room where important decisions are made because men fear our presence. How ironic would that be? And you can't blame these guys. And you can't blame these companies. And you better believe CEOs and bosses are going to pull their CEOs and junior CEOs and male employees aside and say, hey, don't date none of these women. Don't go out for a cup of coffee with them. It's just not worth it. Because I don't want to have to fire you. You're my best guy. And you better believe these CEOs like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates are pulling their guys aside and said, hey, I don't care how much she flirts with you. Don't hang out. It's known here, they're talking about the Pence rules. It's known here as the Pence rule after Vice President Mike Pence, who said he doesn't even meet alone or have dinner with female colleagues in order to avoid any perception of impropriety that can hinder female professionals by excluding us from work occasions that men can and do and take advantage of. And you can't blame him. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with that Pence rule. I would not. I'm not saying you're not going to go to a business meeting with a woman or have lunch with her. I'm just not going to do it alone. And I would advise any married man or man, period, who's worth his salt, who's a millionaire, a billionaire, a captain of industry, any of you men that are in that position, no way, you will be a fool to meet these women alone. You could be blackmailed by them. The question of who stands as judge and jury is also the cause of concern. There's often no collaborating evidence in cases of historic abuse, no witnesses or photographs. We are all still learning how to distinguish what seems credible and what doesn't. Women's stories of harassment should be believed, and they often haven't been in the past, but they should also be able to withstand scrutiny. Well said. As in all reporting, due diligence is necessary here as ever. As we get more accounts of fake accusers trying to discredit real accusers, this need for scrutiny will grow. Women are tough enough to withstand fair questions. Absolutely. And there's a picture of Rose McGowan and the founder of Me Too. You ever notice the women that are these diehard feminists aren't really attractive? And you get, well, Rose McGowan used to be pretty hot back in the day, but she isn't really all that now. The final reason is also most complex because it raises the thorny issue of relativity. Are all incidents of harassment the same or equal egregious? Do some apologies count for more than others? Women have a lot of passionate views on these questions, and there are no single right answers. I mean, you got a British official who ended a 20-plus year career all because he touched a woman on the knee. Seriously? That's why guys just don't even flirt with them. The Backlash fear here that if all cases of bad behavior are treated equally, this could quickly become a vendetta in which lots and lots of men are implicated and punished. Well, yeah, absolutely. Men will be seen as bad guys simply for the crime of being male. Well, they've been doing that. Duh. You're just not catching on to that. It's been like that. I'll read that for you again. Men will be seen as bad guys simply for the crime of being male. We've been considered bad guys simply of the crime of being male. You got men who are not allowed to sit next to children that they're not related to on a plane because men are potential pedophiles. That's how we're treating men these days. That's in Australia. I can imagine what they'd do here in the United States or in Sweden. Already men are nervously asking what's acceptable and what's not. Is all flirting now banned? Buddies, go MGTOW. Don't flirt with them at all. Ever. Don't be asking permission. Can I do this? Can I do that? Don't do anything to them. Stop communicating. Cut them off. Did you file a report, Mrs. Something such? Okay, thank you. Have a good day. And keep it like that. Don't be asking permission to these damn women. Don't leave them alone. That'll fix the problem. See, the reason why it's written this way because women don't really want the on-job flirting to end. But they only want to be flirted with the men who they want to screw on the job. If it's the guy they're not attracted to, then, it's harassment. Condescending ass women. This confusion could fast turn to anger. It already has. And the killing thing about it is that women, if you listen to this article, which of flirting is appropriate and not appropriate. So that's saying, by the way she wrote that women still want to be flirted with on the job. Only to the guy who can do something for them. If you're the mail boy, you're going to get accused of sexual harassment. If you're the CEO, that's a man that could do something for her. Until you piss her off, and then she's going to file charges on you. Any successful or wealthy man who's still flirting with women on the job, especially in this toxic environment, is a fool. The risk is that men feeling under siege will kick back and say, enough is enough, MGTOW. This is not fair. then we risk losing our support and sympathy for our male colleagues. We do indeed become seen as witch hunters, or worse, as witches. Duh. We're well beyond the point of seeing women as witches. See, basically, this lady is warning women of MGTOW. She's warning. I don't even know if she knows MGTOW exists. This lady is warning women of MGTOW. She's warning women. I'll read that to you again. The risk is that men feeling under siege. The risk is that men feeling under siege kick back and say, enough is enough. This is not fair. Then we risk losing the support and sympathy of our male colleagues. We do indeed become seen as witch hunters, or worse, witches. She's right, but what she doesn't realize, that's already began. Basically, she's warning women of MGTOW without even saying MGTOW. But I have news for her. MGTOW is already here, and we're at the point of no return. I think. To be clear, men have sexually abused and harassed women should be called out, and I agree. But we are all learning this process. And we're finding out that in harassment, as in most areas of life, what initially seemed as a simple case of black and white actually has shades of gray and confusing gray. Absolutely. The backlash now against women would be the worst thing that could happen. It would shove this topic back under the carpet for years. So let's tread carefully, act soberly, and use this moment with willing support of our male colleagues to make our workplace safer and happier. Okay, sounds like a logical, level-headed woman, but what she doesn't realize, it's already here. MGTOW is already here. Her name is Katie K. I got news for you, Katie K. MGTOW is already here. I'm going to send a tweet to her and let her know. I mean, MGTOW is already here, and it's growing. It's unfortunate that it's come to this, but you ever notice? I mean, look at all the women that are feminists. You ever notice most of them aren't very good looking, except for the one in the blue. Maybe the one on the far right is not bad looking, and the one next to her. But the rest of them are just not very attractive women. These are women. I feel, if you look at them, these are women I feel that are just bitter. That they've probably been rejected by men and they just want their pound of flesh. Because eventually the young, pretty liberal arts ones, eventually they drop out of feminism because they're cute. But these ones that aren't quite as attractive, that's where I leave a lot of it come from. A lot of it is women who wish a man would hit on them, It is what it is, though. This is Z-Man 67. That's my rant for today. Peace. I'm out.